What's up? I think we are live. I think so. Cause I'm hot, way too hot for me. It's way out of my range. You don't have to read my mind. Way up there. Baby, you don't know. Yeah, this is the crazy guitar. I was challenged by RJ Kilio earlier. He said, I said, what should I play? He goes, I want you to play your most outrageous paint job. And I go, I have just the one. I have just the one. The most outrageous with the giant pick on the back. In the flame maple neck. Also, I love the sound of this guitar. It's got the hot rails and the P90. It's a wonderful combination. Helps you play the right notes. All right. Hold on. I actually have it up a little bit. There we go. What's up, Juan Blanco? It was made in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, that guy is, he's a wonderful dude, just a real nice guy, and we've talked many times over Skype. And he wanted to make me a custom guitar. I tell you, he's got another one up there that kind of caught my eye. They're all unique, one of a kinds. Right? He gets the neck blank, and he makes the bodies himself with locally sourced wood. You know, this is probably like Crumpet Burger or something. No, not Burger. That's German. Crumpetshire. I don't think it's this is a Ghost rails. These are Ghost pickups. Let's go to Ghost Cam. Yeah, they're Ghosts. And then he's got it's like a little detailing on the plate too. And he made a last minute change to the brass saddles, which I think really kind of pull it all together. I was kind of happy about the brass saddles, to be honest with you. Uh-oh. What's wrong, Kitty? What am I hearing? Everybody all right? Buddy? No, I'm hearing a cry. Did you get yourself trapped somewhere? Could be another cat outside. Can't confirm Crumpetshire. See, I knew it. I knew it. See, people say I don't know anything about Europe, but there, I just plucked that one right out there. Cat extraction team, I know. The cat extraction team. What's up, BC Rich, Dave? Cyanide Junkie? That was me crying for the fiddle. Quentin James. Now, this is a party. This is by Bear Guitars, and he's like 70% artist and like 30% luthier. So just remember that if you're going to buy a guitar from him. They're a little rough, you know, but you know what? The dude's going to freak out over whether you're into it. He probably makes no money on these guitars because like that neck, that he French polished that. That's probably 100 to 150 coats of French polish, varnish. Or shellac. I think it's varnish. No, I think it's shellac. Right? I forget the French polishing method. I think it's shellac and not varnish. And it's a very long thing, and the coats are so thin that you have to do it, over and 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 over again until you build up a finish. It's a very, very long process. That's why almost nobody does it. You know where they do it? They do it on like pens, right? And things that they can spin on a spindle, right? So you're woodworking, because then you can spin it very quickly. You can get that French polish, right? That burnish that you need to get on it. You can keep adding the very thin shellac, and yeah, it's shellac or the shellac, which is a non-humanoid species. Everybody knows that. Is it his hobby or his living? I think it's his living, but I think he's sort of retired. He strikes me as semi-retired. And he just he's got a barn out back, and he just whips up guitars. And they all have flame necks, it seems. Like he sticks with a flame neck on the blank, and then he cuts the headstock. It comes as a big paddle. It's a nice neck. Beautiful neck. But he doesn't make the neck. Yeah, French polish is a technique of applying shellac, yeah. What's up, Zach? What's up, Luke? Man. I have to get hydrated. I got a polish in Quebec once. There on spring break. Yeah, French polish is a shellac, yeah. What's up, David? What's up, Coots? What's up, KG? Salem Mike. Gary Himes. DR, Guitar, Strat Tom, Pete Brown. Rob. Looks like it was me in your high school woods class. Yeah. It's not so much the wood, it's the paint that throws people off, right? This is the Chaos finish. Aptly named so. The Chaos. But he has other ones that aren't so outrageous. What's up, Thomas? Thanks, Terry. How am I liking the SG? I like it a lot. In fact, I was out at Guitar Center today because I had to go out to Harbor Freight Tools and pick up a workbench. It would have been a time where I would have just made my own, but lumber prices are so high, I literally can't build that workbench for the price of that workbench that they charge. It's literally cheaper than I can buy it, the lumber for, the raw lumber, because lumber prices have shot up so much. So, I was in Guitar Center, and they had two SGs on the wall, ebony and The, I guess it's heritage cherry, not cherry, heritage cherry, the dark cherry. And the heritage cherry was close to the weight of mine, which mine is 7.5 pounds. I felt like that was around there. I'm telling you, that ebony one, it's like 7, maybe even under 7 pounds. That thing was light. I picked it up again. I was like, oh no, I remember it correctly. This thing, because I picked up the heritage cherry one first. I was like, oh, maybe they are about the same as the one I have. Then I picked up the ebony one. I was like, oh no, I had it. I was right. Yeah, you poke your eye out with that thing. Nice guitar in the sense of it's one of a kindness. Well, that's his whole thing, right? They're all one of a kinds, and they're for a very select few, because I think for a lot of people they wouldn't be able to tolerate like his just art. He's like I said, he's like 70% artist, 30% luthier, 60-40 at best, right? These are art projects for the most part. They're playable art. Think of it as playable art. They're all one of a kind. Every single one of them. Oh yeah, you bought a PRS? Well, Thomas, what'd you get? Yeah, that's a Pacer Classic, I think. The headstock logo is like a bear claw. If I can get it like a bear claw. Kind of hard. I know it's so like you can't see it. It's like you gotta catch it just at the right angle. I don't know. I want to say this was $8.99, $8.50, something like that. If it were, see, I'm going from British pound, sterling. So it's like if it's $7.50, then what is it in an American, right? Just go on there and take a look. All his prices are up there. I think he lists them all with price. So. Yeah, bear claw meets stoner shock. How much? My thumb is over though. It's a nice snack, nice and comfy. So we went over to Guitar Center today, and again, we were there to go to really Harbor Freight, which is in the same building. But first of all, I could not believe how busy it was out. Now, I know Mother's Day is tomorrow, but wow, it was pretty trafficy out there. And it was pretty busy at Guitar Center, too. The busiest it's ever been when I've been there in like the last year. Like today was by far. Again, it's a Saturday, and it's day before Mother's Day, and people are out and about and shopping. But they had. I thought the stock seemed to be coming back a little bit. They had way more Gibsons on the wall this time than the last time I was there. Right, they got more in. They had just more guitars in general along the guitar wall. It looks like they've got some orders in. And the used section went from like 3 guitars the last time I was there to about 10 or 12. But none of them, I think, are online yet. because they've come in too soon, right? So they have to sit there for like, I forget if it's like 30 days or 60 days. It's got to sit around. But went into the keyboard room, and they actually had a few keyboards in there. I was like, oh my God. Because the last time I was there, they were pretty low on stock. They really, really came back with the keyboard stuff. And the same with the acoustics. Last time we were there, which wasn't that long ago, I was out there with my son. Again, he took a trip with me today because the workbench weighs 110 pounds. Much more in the acoustic guitar department, without a doubt. Right? They were down to like, I swear to God, like 10 instruments. It looked like it was double that. Right? A bunch of Taylors were in there, and I think they got a Taylor shipment because it looked like there was a lot of Taylors in there. So, you know, it feels like they're getting some stock back in. I've heard there's supply chain problems like crazy everywhere. I've heard that from a lot of people. So, you know, it's not that they can't get the stuff, it's that people can't ship it. So one thing I did notice, did anybody notice the explosion of BC Rich guitars on there in the last week? Right? Every day checking how many BC Riches you got. 6, 12, 15, 8, 6. The next day, 124. 124. What? That's a lot. So, as I understand it, they just bought up the rest of what BC Rich had for stock because they were having trouble getting guitars in the store because of the supply chain issues. And they were ready to go, and I think they got a deal on them because they bought so many, right? So they probably got a nice, deal on the guitars, and they want to sell them less than they're brand new. They want to sell them for less than minimum advertised pricing, and the only way to do that is to put it in the used section. And that's exactly what they did. So they put them in there for used. They're all the same price, which there's a hint right there. And I think they list them all in good condition, right? They instead of like excellent. I think I have to take another look. I'll probably take a look real quick here. But I was like, that's odd. And so I heard that they just made a big purchase. I thought maybe they were cutting ties with BC Rich and were just dumping out the stock they had, but that wasn't it at all. They were looking to move some stock. They were looking to get some stock in, and they've been having trouble getting it. And they just bought out whatever BC Rich had left in the warehouse. And let me see if I can find it here. Give me one second-rooney here. Right there. And then guitars. Guitaramundo. Electric guitars. Yeah, BC Rich went from like off the charts, right? So you'd have to sort by name to even see them, to like right up to the top of the branding charts. With they're down to 99, so they're selling them. They're selling them. Oh. Yep. There we go. Here you go. You got your Shredzilla. You got your Shredzilla Extreme. You got your Masterpiece Mockingbird. See, now that really is used, I think. That's one of the new ones. Right? Anything $11.99 is pretty much from the new collection. It's just all their sort of new stuff. I was talking about this to Tone King the other day. And, we were talking about brands and everything. And I said, what would do BC Rich some good And I know they're probably just jobbing these things out, right? And so, again, I just saw the world's most horrible photos. But what would do them good is to drop this, this over the top, another crap photo. Yeah, pretty crappy. Tiny. Oh, there you go. There's a photo. Finally. It's the binding. Like, none of the original BC Riches had that binding. That's a modern appointment that really wasn't part of the original lineup. And the same with this finish on the top. There was never a finish like that back in the day. You want to sell some BC Riches to guys who are like my age or really like 10 years younger than me. That's really the market, about 10 years younger than me, right? Someone like in their mid-40s, right, is your absolute zone for BC Rich guitars. Make one that looks like one of the ones from back in the 80s. Stop the crazy, abalone crap, another crap, just garbage photos. Just garbage. But stop the abalone outline. They were never like that. They were never like that, right? This is, what's the line? This is just some shit you added. I know that's from a movie. I just can't think of what it was. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like all these, these things, they were never around like that. Nobody knows this stuff. People look at it, it's like, well, it's not the guitar I remember. And they peaked. Let me tell you, when they peaked in like 1990, right? Because along came, in 1991, along came, grunge, and that was pretty much the kiss of death for this entire brand, right? The absolute Lita. You ask Lita Ford how metal and BC Rich was doing in 1992. You'll find out. She's the first one to say that the death was fast and brutal. It was just a complete sea change in the industry, and guitars like this were instantly out of style. But like anything, it comes back around again, and you get nostalgic, and you say, "Oh, I remember when we used to have giant hair. We used to hang out late '80s, early '90s. Really, like 1990 is their peak." With Poison, and I still think Motley Crue is using them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's like just come out with the Mockingbird like friggin' Joe Perry had. Oh, thanks, Thomas. My guitar preacher approves of your show. Oh, thank you. Classic or not, the weird shaped guitars are not for me. I know what you're saying. But there's like a handful of classic BC Rich color combinations and shapes, right? The Ferrari red, metallic red, rich bitch, right? Or right, the BC Rich bitch, from back in the day. The one like Joe Perry had with the black anodized aluminum controls and all the knobs, and it looked like a goddamn cockpit of a spaceship. I loved it. The natural or the black, there's a bunch of them. Mockingbird, a black Warlock with none of that other junk, just black, like Blackie Lawless played. It's like there's so many guitars out there that are iconic for the BC Rich brand, but none of those remind me of them. They vaguely remind me, but then when you add all the abalone, it's like it's too much. It's too much, Or an eagle, like a natural eagle. I remember the eagle being like a. the Mockingbird is a masterpiece. It's a wonderful design. The Mockingbird is a great design. But you know, when I look at that, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like the Mockingbird. But I don't remember the Mockingbird having a reverse headstock. Again, this is shit you added. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the big inlay, the abalone, you know, it's like I remember the Mockingbird having this the cloud inlays and the wonderful, you know, 3 on the side headstock, you know. And I was telling this to TK. Listen, you want to sell a bunch of BC Riches? Go back to the OG design. Put a big goddamn R up at the top. You know, and and I know you're saying, you know, people who bought the original America ones, you're kind of screwing them over. Forget them. You owe them nothing. Okay? Forget them. You know, that brand is come and gone. You want to sell some BC Riches, go back to your original design, put a slab of rosewood on the headstock, just like you used to do. Put the mother of pearl R at the top, make it BC Rich, and make it look identical to a BC Rich you would have bought in 1978 through 1980. Right? Those are the years. Yeah, no reverse headstocks on the originals. Exactly, Sassy Cat. Yeah, Mockingbirds up 3 on the side. And better electronics. Exactly, better electronics. It's like they had the, you know, what I would call the, you know, the cockpit, right? It had all the you know, the switches and knobs and the beak. And, you know, I was like, I love it. I love it. My voice volume's a little low. You know, my cats were over here. You been touching knobs over here? Check, 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 check. Check, check. Is that a little better? Check. Yeah, I think it's pointing towards me. I'll get it, bring it up a little closer. Check, check. Yeah, save the reverse headstock for the Gunslinger. Right. That's the one that had the... That is true. You gonna bring back the Virgin? Yeah. No, the cats, they, you know, I keep telling them, stop touching my mixing board, but they just ignore me and, you know, keep on texting. Yeah, better, check. A little bit louder. A bit louder. I know I need cat cam. Well, right before I came on here, I opened the window. Because it'll get warm down here with the light on, and it'll bring some, you know, there's no way the air conditioning's going on. It's about 53 degrees out, 52, something like that. Yeah, that's right. Joe Perry played the 10-string one. You got to bring the 10-string one back. That was the cool thing about it, right? It had those extra tuning pegs at the bottom. I just thought were so cool. The 10-string. Then you can play Angie the correct way, right? Isn't that a combination of like single strings and double strings? Yeah, my cats want to produce so bad, but I was like, not until you're older. I'm using THU. Yeah, so the cat was sleeping in this chair when I came here. So I picked her up and put her there. And she was laying down. And then I opened the window and, an open window versus a comfy bed. That open window is winning. Later, Quentin. You gonna see the NASA light show later tonight? Well, we'll see what happens with that. What could go wrong? It'll hit Elon Musk as he's on SNL tonight. Talk to us about the pickups. That's a good question. I don't know. Let's go to... they're by a brand called Ghost, and I think they might be UK-based. They sound great, though. I remember him telling me I'm going to put Ghost pickups in it, and I was like, okay. And but they do sound good, right? The old Ghost pickups. I mean, and again, it's just such a wonderfully different choice of a... He could have done a humbucker in a single coil, but he wound up doing the rails and the P90, right? I mean, it just... I like it. I like it. I think they're British, and so this is the bridge, but then I can coil tap it. Seen a new Fender Telly with a Floyd Rose. Finally. I think they've done it in the past. They called it a Charvel. Cats are back. They can't resist the window. It's a cat magnet. It's a goddamn cat magnet. Just picking style, attack, change, and going from software to real amp? No. Not really. Not really at all. The only thing you might miss is that a real amp, unless you crank it up, may not have the compression you want, where it's sort of built in with the software. Right? Those amps sort of naturally compress as if they were cranked up. Speaking of the 80s, did you hear of Tawny Kitaen? I did. I almost put that as the thing, rip Tawny Kitaen, but then, you know what? I didn't want to bring in a bunch of people who were looking for info on her because I don't really know much other than she was sort of like, an 80s metal chick. I don't know. To be honest, I would sometimes get her confused with Kelly LeBrock. Right? Tawny Kitaen and Kelly LeBrock. But Kelly LeBrock was like an actress who's actually been in some movies. I don't think Tawny Kitaen, and she might have been, but I don't think she was an actress, right? She was just in the videos. She was just sort of on the music scene, a video chick. Yeah, Tawny Kitaen died. Yeah, so she was on the car in the Whitesnake video. That's, I think, what most people, right? Oh, that's right. She went out with Robin Crosby for a few years, and she was on the cover. She's on the two Rat covers, the first two, right? She's the chick on Out of the Cellar, and she's the legs on the first Rat one, right? With the rats on the legs, and it's just like from the knee down, and high heels, of course. Tawny's cause of death is yet to be announced. Yeah, I don't. I just know that she's passed. It could have been a number of things. She was married to David Coverdale, I think, very briefly, though. I doubt it lasted more than like 2 years, maybe 3. Oh, that's right. She was in a Seinfeld episode. That's right. I think she was in a Seinfeld. She played Jerry's girlfriend in one of the early ones, right? Jerry always, had girlfriends that, let's face it, were way out of Jerry's league. Who died? Tawny Kitaen. Oh, was she in Bachelor Party? Or are you thinking of Kelly LeBrock? Again, I get those two mixed up. Tawny Kitaen. IMDb. That's probably the... Yeah, Whitesnake. Oh, she's been on a few TV series. Oh, right, Bachelor Party. She played Debbie Thompson. And then she's in the Rat video, Back for More. And then she's in California Girls, which is a TV movie. And then she's in, like years later, she's in Still of the Night, Is This Love, and Here I Go Again, the 3 Whitesnake videos. And then she's in a movie called White Hot. She's in a TV series called Santa Barbara. And she does a bunch of episodes there. That's 47 episodes. Another Whitesnake video, another TV series, but just, these seem to be side appearances, like 1 or 2. Right, and then she's Isabel the Nose Job, Seinfeld, 1991. See, early. Married with Children, the new WKRP in Cincinnati. That's 44 episodes, so so she definitely had a TV career without a doubt. Eek the Cat, 38 episodes. And then it looks like she did. It looks like there was a big break, like starting pretty much in like 99. Then there's a break until 2002, and then a big break till 2009, then a break till 2011, then a break till 2013. You know, and then her last thing was, she did 10 episodes called Moms Anonymous, a TV series from 2017 to 2018. So there you go. I wonder if I have, and there she is. Yeah, Bachelor Party. That's probably the most famous movie. You know, she was in the Tom Hanks film. I'm just saying. That is not incorrect. Hold it up, yeah. Don't forget, if you forget a pick, you can always just pull this off, and it doubles as it's an oversized, but not going to lie, it's a bit big. Steve, do you still find yourself picking up your new LP Classic? No, I'm kind of over that guitar. That's so yesterday's news. What are you talking about? Of course. I just got it. I'm in the honeymoon phase, baby. Are you over your double neck PRS at this point? I know. You know, at the time it was a good deal at only $14K, but the more I play it, the more I'm like, it's a little heavy. So LP or SG, any favorite yet? It's no. And I'll tell you why. Sometimes when I play the SG, I say, boy, I really like this a lot more than the LP. The weight is just right. The LP is almost 10 pounds. It's 9.92 pounds. 4.5 kilograms even. The SG is 7.5 pounds, almost exactly, like 3 point something kilograms. And the rolled corner, like the bevel on the SG, and the way the neck sticks out, it really is a very ergonomic guitar, right? When I play it, and I'm always like, oh, I like this better than the LP, right? But then I play the LP, and just the extra weight of the body, and it's got a certain sound and feel, and I'm just like, oh, no, this is pretty good too, right? So it's really hard, but I've been leaning towards the SG just on the sheer ergonomics of the whole thing. And it seems like that was 6 or 7 guitars ago by now. I know, exactly. Time for a Cheap Trick 8 neck. Exactly. In my day, if we didn't have 10 necks, we demanded our nickel back. We wrote a song about it. SG is way more comfy than an LP. Yeah, you might be right on that. Well, the bevels make a difference. Bevels work. I'm enjoying those knobs very much. LPs kill my arm. No, they don't kill me, but, no worse than a telly, right? Because my telly's the same way. It's got a bit of a front edge to it. It's going a little fast here. Hold on. Want to get rid of a Les Paul for an SG because it's hard to access high frets. That's one of the things you do not have a problem with on an SG. Like, access to the upper frets is about as open as it's been on any guitar I've ever owned, like the RGs are, right? Because of that big, massive cutaway. It's this big open air, right? Hey, what's up, Bobby? What's up, Cody? So what should we switch to for a guitar? Jazz. And I'm seeing a lot for the SG. We can go SG. That's pretty close. I have a stand right here, too. It's a little harder to get that out because it's behind the amp. It's more of a guitar for looking at than playing right now. Bobby had me put that there because he's like, you should have the Kramer back there and don't have a Fender and EVH. I'm like, good point, bro. Good point. You're making a real good point right now. Oh God, yeah, that is definitely heavier than the SG I was picking up today, without a doubt. And then this was just in the bag. I'm sure the tuner's got a little nudged. Let me just very quickly go to me tuning right there. Oh yeah, hold on. That wasn't too bad. That looks good. I also raised the action on it a little bit. The action was actually just too low for me. A lot of manufacturers do that. They want to show off how low they can get the action. And there is a whole group of people out there that really want that. But I'm not one of them. I have zero interest in a super low action like that. I can't play it now that I've raised it, and it was just the tiniest little bit. It's now it's like if I can hit the note. Yeah, the USA Pacer is still. I still haven't soldered it. That needs electronics work, which actually might happen because I just bought a new bench. See, it's all working out. Actually, that particular bench is going to be for computer stuff. I'm finally finding a place to put all my computer stuff, and it's been working out. Oh my God! The other day, my friggin' I don't know if anybody here has ever used. Let's get a very quick IT. My friggin' my Unify system was going down. It refused to authenticate, and the problem is that you run it using the Unify controller, and I had adopted it on a system, and then wiped the system out. Well, that sets up like a hash key between the controller and those AP boxes that's it. Like, you're not getting back. You can't adopt it again, right? So what you do is you take a paper clip, you go to it, and you hold it down and you reset it. But even then, it wasn't working. And what you have to do is you have to open up like Putty and use an SSH like Telnet shell, and you have to log on to the actual AP using SSH, and I use the Putty app, and you run this like little command to like flush out the cache and to set it up for adoption mode, and you're forcing it, and boom, it worked, and I was able to adopt it and get them going, and they were way out of date too. They needed all these massive updates, so one thing at a time. Thank God for the internet. I would have been screwed because I had done everything I was supposed to do, and it still wasn't working. He's like, yeah, doesn't matter. You still have to go in through SSH, and you're going to have to flush the cache out, and you're going to have... And I'm like, okay. let me do this. Let's see. Let's he type in there? I think it's like net adopt bash / this, the IP address of the thing / inspect. Boom, done. Okay, you are now in adoption mode. Go back to your software. I was like, booyah, adopting. Oh. Pete Brown, good damn, it's the old school IT, right? Putty and SSH, bro. Once you putty in an SSH, you're in deep. And the funny thing is the next day, Friday, this all happened Thursday night, I was going to this very wealthy house in Wellesley that I had set up their network for them, and I used the Unify Ubiquitys, and I hadn't been there in like 3 years, and I know that those things are right. They're like, hey, they still work fine. And I'm like, they do work, but, at some point they have to be updated. And I was saying to myself, bro, if you can't figure this out, you're going to embarrass yourself tomorrow when you get over there. And I figured it out. And when I went over there the next day, it was all set. They'd actually ripped one out. They're having all this construction work done. I was like, whatever. It was it's good. That's gonna be a nice little income this summer. Oh. Have a good one, Coots. Oh my God! At one point, we were going through a box of old cables, and I'm like, "That's a parallel cable. You don't need that anymore. That's a serial cable. You don't need that anymore. That's a phone cable. We don't need that anymore. We really don't. It's all on voice over IP now. It's crazy." I know. Now I exactly. Now I owe Zeppelin money. I did hear about Stevie T's account getting hacked. You wonder how that happened. I know that for a while it was happening on YouTube because they would absolutely convince the phone company to like enable a SIM. They'd call them up and say, "Yeah, I'm Stevie T, and I need to enable this new SIM card." And it was like some way of like SIM card fraud, and they'd get around it. And I think they that was happening like 3 or 4 years ago. Everybody was getting hacked, and so I don't know how they did it this time. Hard to know. Usually when they just upload, you know who got hacked on Facebook real bad, and that went on for quite a while. He only recently got it back. Was Robin Ford. Robin Ford got hacked on Facebook, and all they did was post crazy videos all day. It's like, I don't know how they're making money or what their game is, but that's basically what they did. And I think that's what they did with Stevie T, right? It was just a bunch of crazy fail videos and, you won't believe what happened style videos, right? Was it Bitcoin? A Bitcoin from the channel of Hyde. Or was it a Bitcoin conference? Wow. You got a Gretsch unexpected. Did you pay for it, though? You better check your card. Could have been through Stevie T's new video editor. Oh, I didn't know that. He's like, I outsourced it to the Chinese and immediately regretted it. SIM swaps are still a big deal, right? Yeah, that was a thing. That was a thing for a few years, was the SIM card swaps. And they'd get you, man. What's up, Pacifica? Oh, they changed the AdSense to a different account. Wow. Kenneth so and Dave's World of Fun Stuff both got hacked? Oh, my God. Jesus. Now I feel like I have to change my friggin' password again. Making me worried. When you put the cream poker chip on, I have to see. I didn't want to take it apart right away. I still have I still haven't taken the plastic off, Yeah, password 1. So did Dave's World of Fun Stuff get his, because what's his name got hacked? Josh Allen with the what was it? Gear Demo Bros? I think what were they called? The Gear Bros demos, and that took them a long time to get their channel back. That was like more than a month, maybe 2 months, maybe longer. Yeah, Guitar Bros demos. The Guitar Bros. Living Room Gear Demos is a different dude. I've met him. He was at Henning's event. Play some funky music right by you. I think it comes with 10s. I haven't changed the strings on it. I think it ships with 10s. And I'm 99% sure it ships with 10s. Oh, they parted ways? It's just Joss now? Interesting. Yeah, 10 through 46 in the lowest action on the planet. I tell you, it really was a little too low. But nothing. It's still low. I mean, Bobby knows. I keep my action. I tend to keep it a little high. And this was really low. I did raise it just a little bit, little bit, baby steps. But I think just even that little bit made it so much easier to bend, you know. See you, Pete. Chris, I'm using THU. I saw a Supro amp on Facebook the other day. That was my first amp, was a Supro. But I heard they're a little dangerous. I think they had the nickname the Widowmaker, right? Because you might get a little jolt out of them, or they weren't grounded very well. There was something with them that was a little risky. a little risky in their schematic. The new ones are much more, a much safer design, much more thought out engineering-wise than those early ones in the 60s were. So I don't know, but I've heard that those old ones are could be a little dangerous. Seeing it says 10% chance the rocket takes out humans. Great. Great. Thanks, Ian. What's your opinion on Strandbergs? I want to like them. I have friends that just love them, but that neck is just so crazy. You ever play one with the angled square neck? I think it's a love it or you hate it. I'd have to play it for longer than I did because it wasn't love at first feel, as the saying goes. Eddie Van Halen. Yeah. You gotta remember the Van Halen, his shuffle and those little articulations, he's here and we're all here, okay? This is him, this is the rest of us. That's been such an earworm lately. Any further on the instructional video? Not lately. I finally, in that other area, I'm making some headway over there because I got just too much crap. I've got to utilize that area. I cannot leave it so empty. And it's just a hodgepodge of tables over there right now, and that's inefficient. I can't leave it like that either. So I had an extra desk from my daughter's room that's perfect because it has this big hutch on the back, and again, it goes up, right? So I can get some stuff up and off the ground. Put the desk together, built a computer over there, ran Ethernet line over there, and got the computer going. Got the keyboards over there, and now I have to get rid of one of the two tables to start and put build the new bench that I bought today, the new workbench. And then the workbench will actually take a lot of my computer crap. It comes with drawers, and I can put some stuff on the back, and that actually is against a nice wall, a wooden wall that I can put shelving up or whatever I want. So that's going to hopefully get a lot out of there. And then I'm left with about 8 guitars, right? That's really what's slowing me down right now. I'm just a little overloaded with guitars right now. So I've got to figure out what to do. I think the most obvious thing is to just move them up to the attic, right? That's the other place where I have like a little studio going. My only problem with that is that the temperature swings and the moisture swings are much, much more extreme in the attic than they are down here. I would prefer to keep them all down here. So the alternative to that is the back room, which if I really went through and just started throwing some crap out, I could probably get enough space to put one more rack for guitars and get those 8 guitars over there. And then I'm done. And they're out of the way. Such problems to have. But yeah, it's just it's in my way. So yeah, that's really been the project of the last 7 days, is to really get that space working again over there. And then the other thing I want to do is I have an insulation project I just started. I mean, I already bought a couple of $100 worth of materials. It's just sitting over there. But one of the things I didn't buy, because it's really gone up in price, is the strand board or the rock board. I might be leaning rock board just because it's just that much cheaper right now. But everything is shot up. You know, the oriented strand board it's fallen, but instead of $8, it's about $35 now, down from $65. So we're making progress. And but I think I can get the sheetrock normally about $5 to $8. I think it's about $15 a sheet right now. But then I got to get it home, and I really don't have a vehicle for hauling sheetrock home. So it's all a big mess. I think for the sheetrock, the one I'm going to go with is they make one that's a no dust, low dust, fireproof, lightweight. It's extra light. So when you crank it up over your head, right, it's not so crazy. And the areas I have up here are so populated with crap, I have to put up very small sheets and kind of work around everything. So it's a bit of a job. Not to even mention the fact that I still want to do, my 10G backbone. Right now I'm maxed out at a 1G backbone, and I wouldn't mind running, a 10 gigabit backplane, and then running this machine here, that machine over there, the one in the attic, the server, and the new one over there at 2.5 gigabit, which is still 2.5 times faster than I have now, but leaves plenty of bandwidth on the backplane, right? I don't want to put 10 gigabit cards and max out my system every time I transfer a file, because that doesn't help anybody. It's all about having a headroom. A little bit of network management. Check your local lumberyard; they'll deliver, maybe. But lumber, everything is so expensive right now. It really is the worst time to do anything. because everybody's bored, and rich people are like, let's put an addition on. My neighbors across the street are putting on a 3-story addition, right? Basement, first floor, and second floor, and a whole new front porch on a different part of the house. All right. My friend was looking at that. He goes, $150,000. I go, you're insane. $250,000. You kidding me? This is the Boston area. Trust me, that's $250 all day. I know, Michael, you bring up a good point. Just rent the $25 truck. I think it's $24.99 for like 2 hours. I should just rent the truck. That probably is my best way to do it, is just to rent the stupid truck. Bring it home, have my son help me unload. I only need like, I'm going to say 6 sheets total. 5 or 6 sheets max. And that'll cover like 90%. Now, some of it I have to use the wood because I have to do some compression, and the rock wood would just break. Right, I have to get some stuff under there. But the other thing I don't like about the OSB is I do worry about fire. Right, at least the rock board, it's rock, it's pressed rock. It's not nearly as flammable as pressed wood. Glass shortage, expensive windows. Fish tank people are buying up aquarium tanks. Tell me about it. We just bought an aquarium, and it strikes me as being very expensive, but they tell me it's not. Right, you can never have enough bandwidth of guitars. Exactly. My neighbor's 20-year-old kids are buying $300,000 Ferraris. We don't quite have that around here. We have one guy in our town who's worth a lot of money, but he's an outlier. He's our Mr. Burns. He's worth like $4 billion. And everybody else, not so much. Who's that? That's my buddy cat. He's my buddy. Buddy cat. Buddy cat. What are you doing? What do you want? Oh, you're a good buddy. Buddy cat's the best cat. He's a buddy cat. As owners of a truck who has many friends, I appreciate you renting a truck. Yeah, I have one friend who probably could do it, but he doesn't really have his big. He used to have a big Bronco, this enormous. I guess it wasn't a Bronco. What was it? What's the real big? I guess it was a Chevy. Suburban, the Suburban. He had a big, enormous Suburban, and he sold it, and now he's got like an Astro van or something like that. It's not nearly as big. He's like, I'm not even sure I can get like the rock board in there. He goes, we'll have to figure it out. Trying to pare down my guitars, but it's difficult. I agree. I agree. God, I got rid of the LP, and then I had gas for an LP. I get the LP, and the next thing you know, I'm like, am I buying an SG too? I think I am. You know, I'm buying an SG as well. Oh, I think I heard something go there. I think we had a. It's something going. What's up, Tim Dude? Yeah, right. The board will fit widthwise in the Astro, but it's going to stick out the back exactly. And we got a long way to go. So, better off just to rent the truck for the, you know, I think it's $19.99 if you get it for 2 hours, something like that. No, I want to say it was a Suburban, Chevy Suburban. Is that the real big one? It was enormous. Longer scale. Yes, you know, it's really not that. I think the scale is the same, right? Because the bridge is right here. I think a Strata actually is about as far, but the strings go back a little more. Right, but it sticks out about the same. Doesn't feel like way out like a baritone might, right? That really feels. I'll tell you the one that felt big was that Ibanez Paul Gilbert that Krell bar left over here for a little bit. That guitar was enormous. That's probably one of the biggest guitars. I mean, you can tell that guitar is built for a dude north of 6 feet because the whole thing was just oversized, it felt. Actually, I could have them deliver the material, but they're actually getting a lot for a delivery fee. It's not free delivery. And I've heard delivery nightmares, like you get, like good luck ordering lumber from them. Like they pick just the worst crap. They don't go through anything. You know, when I go there and I'm looking at lumber, I'm picking up every 2x4 and looking down at it and going, yeah, all right, you're in the yes pile, you're in the no pile. You know, I'm digging through trying to find them. I'm retired now because of my new fame, you know. It's hard to go to people's houses and, everyone just wants a pic or an autograph. So, you know, I just keep a couple of select few that I go to. But, yeah, it's, it's the life we choose. Right, it's like the produce section. You got to get first dibs, or it's just a bunch of stragglers left. Right, you get there and the pallet's been just absolutely run over. You're like, there's nothing. This is all garbage. I will say this: at Home Depot, at least, there's two types of 2x4s. There's standard 2x4s, and there's premium fur. Without a doubt, hands down, the premium furs are so much better, and they're only like $1 more. So instead of like $250, it's like $350. Now, if you're a dude doing a job and you're trying to keep costs down, whatever, you get the ones. But when I built these walls, I did all the premium fur, and it went up like nothing. It was so much easier than trying to deal with, crazy, crooked, bent wood, where like half the corners just like shaved off. It's like, dude. It's like every single one of these 2x4s is from the edge of the log. It's like you can't even get four square edges on it. One edge is always like half cut out a little bit, like down it. It's like, my God, people. But the price of lumber being so high, you had to take out a second. I know, and it's like, the price of lumber right now is just it's ridiculous. But at some point it will break. But right now it's just between supply chain issues and just general demand. The demand is through the roof. There's warped 2x4s and the straight ones. I'm telling you though, the premium versus just the regular, a lot more straight ones in the premium, a lot more. It's almost as if they had a reject pile, right? Those other ones, there is no such thing as a second. They're all going through. It'll straighten out in shipping once it gets a few tons of wood, a few tons of other bundles on it. It'll straighten itself right out. Last thing I built my ISO booth, there was a new stack of 2x4s Prada and 80 to 85% crap. The weight of this one is 7.5 pounds. Almost exactly. And I weighed the classic Les Paul 2. That's 9.92 pounds. This was 7.5. I want to say 0, like right at 7.5 pounds. Uh, 4x8 plywood was $74 today. Yeah, I saw the strand board. They wanted $65. And I was like, I paid $8 for that 2 years ago. It's a little high. Yeah, right. OSB is insane, right, too, right? I mean, it's insane. Just got to wait. It'll go down. Around Christmas time, I could have bought 32 gigs of RAM for about $114, $115. And now it is $195, $200 for the same exact set of RAM. Identical. So RAM prices are way up too, across the board, way up. I keep getting calls to sell my house. People keep calling and sending me letters saying, if you have any interest in selling your house. I'm like, yeah, but where would I go? There are no houses for sale. Right, the graphics card fiasco is just crazy. That's not going to break until 2022. I doubt you're going to see stock this year. I mean, maybe over the summer, but I doubt it. They might be trying to ramp up for the fall, but I really don't think it's going to happen until really the following year. It's going to take a while for everything to get caught back up again. Yeah, I know. It's a terrible time to buy RAM right now, Mark. I was looking at it too. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just, because I have like an extra motherboard left over, like a 9th gen Intel board, right? 9th gen Intel. So, I could take that and find a chip and throw some RAM in it. But my God, it was expensive. Yeah, and the prices of EVH guitars have gone up. Just on like the primary market, not the used market. So like I want to say it's been a $200 increase. The Frankie was $16.99 when I did the review back in October. And right, remember I had it that weekend. I had the Striped series and the Frankie. I want to say it's $18.99 now, $200 increase. you buy the house, guitars are included. No. Yeah, it could be 2023. Yeah. It's bad when you're looking and they're like, I'll sell you a 1030 for like 280 bucks. It's like you can't even be serious. Could have got a 1660 Super for that a year ago. They're like, yeah. You got a 1050 for that? No, the 1050's a 450. 1030. It's like, get out of here. In my area, you use steel studs for buildings? I think so. You mean like just... well, only... Well, you can certainly use a steel girder as a... it's got to be a big steel girder, though, as a... what I want to say that, like when you remove a wall, you put up a steel beam. You have to put up a big steel beam to hold the second part of the house up, right? I think that's okay by code. And you can use aluminum like between like office walls, quick to put up and quick to take down. But I don't know if you can use steel in home construction. I'm not sure. I'm sure as long as it's strong and as safe as wood, they'd allow it. They don't care. Someone was trying to sell the same low-end graphics card I bought for $200 6 years ago for $400 in the marketplace. I know. It's crazy. Everybody's trying to gouge. If you went to go buy like a 3060 right now, people would try and get, for a $400 to $500 card, they'd be looking to get like $1,800. It's just crazy. Have they finished refinishing the neck? You mean for the Frankie? I think they have. I was just talking to them, and they said that they're going to wrap it up in like the next couple of weeks. That was like a week ago. So I did talk with them. Yeah, I-beams. Yeah, $200 to $300 up on the EVH. Yeah, I heard they were increasing those maps and MSRPs. What's up? You still digging the SG? I'm still digging it today, for now. I could turn any minute. As of yesterday, it was 3 weeks old. Today it's been, I guess today would be day 22. Day 22 of its life cycle. Cat sighting. You like the SG and the Les Paul better? Well, they're very different. They're about the same. I probably ergonomically like the SG a little better for the ergonomics, but I tell you, the Les Paul's got a sound. Different pickups, too. Yeah, guitar website says 3090 used guitars and 5777 used amps. At one time they used to have 51,000 items, and they would have like half of those would be guitars. The guitars are way down from what they were. How do you hide it from my wife? I don't. She doesn't care. Yeah, can't beat the beef of an LP. It is definitely a thicker sounding. Well, first of all, the pickups are hotter, without a doubt. You know, but the neck pickup is so much thicker than this one. But I like the neck pickup on this. The one on the LP is almost a little too thick. Well, the nitro smells like vanilla because they would put vanilla in it. If you take the Gibson tour, they would tell you we would put vanilla in to make it a little bit more palatable to spray and smell all day. When I went to the Framus factory, their lacquer didn't smell like vanilla because they didn't add it. Right? They would add vanilla to help ease the smell and make the guitar smell a little different. Yo, 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 Aljon Go, what's up, buddy? What's up, 10 Solo? Yeah, up there, that's a 6505 plus. Sounds good. Sounds damn good. But butterscotch, they sell everything. SG still wears me out. ESP Viper shape feels more comfortable. Yeah, but the Viper's just a stolen SG shape, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure the Viper came out, 20, 25 years after, maybe 30 years after the SG. Yeah, no, I agree, Mike. It's mining. Like Bitcoin mining and Ethereum mining and Dogecoin mining. Yeah, the Viper's also offset. Again, it just feels like a cloned SG, kind of. No? Am I wrong on this? You gonna put the cream poker chip on it? Yeah, I have it. Bobby gave me one. One thing at a time. We're getting there. I think it would look good, though. Just saying. I seem like more of an SG guy than a Les Paul guy. Well, I tell you, I do like the bevel. I like the bevel. I like the bevel on the arm. And I just I am a fan of the, I don't play my guitar like that. I play my guitar like this. And the SG lends itself, I think, to that, that angle. Are the tubes amp on their way out? Tube amps, I don't think will ever really go anywhere. I think they'll always stick around, just like tube amplifiers for home stereos have stuck around, albeit as a more high-end thing. But I don't think tube amps are going anywhere anytime soon. What you have seen is a move to AXFX and Kempers for touring and Helix, AXFX, Kempers, and Helix for touring, because they're just more consistent. And so you definitely see that. So maybe they are out, maybe for touring and stuff, but I think there's always going to be a market there. There really is. I don't know though. I think we're getting there with the modeling. At some point, maybe we'll be beyond tubes. But it could take another 50 years. How long's the vacuum tube been around? About 75 years or so, maybe 100 years. Yeah, an LP body is definitely way thicker than an SG body, without a doubt. Got a 61 SG reissue, very different than Les Pauls. Oh, absolutely. I would still entertain getting a 61, SG, because it's different than this. I think the neck carve is a touch thinner. The pick guard, it's a different style. And if you get the authentic original 61, I think it's only available in the Heritage Cherry. I don't even think the Ebony is an option, right? So you'd have the Ebony one as your modern one. And you'd get the Cherry, half pick guard, sort of old Kluson style tuners, right? The Kluson tuner style. Kluson tuners. and the Heritage Cherry body. And then you'd have the set, right? You'd have this is really the 65, and then the other is the 61. Wikipedia says 1904. There you go. I want to say that they were first used in radios, right? It was radios. My Les Paul is 9.2 pounds. Is that around the norm? Mine's 9.92. Oh, yeah, it's around the norm. They tend to be between like 9 and 10 pounds, I find. Although I think that Premium Plus was modern weight relieved. I think the Classic is just weight relieved. Modern weight relieved, that thing was light. That was not a heavy guitar at all, but it didn't have neck dive. They had it just right on it. But that neck carve, that was the asymmetrical neck. It was definitely a little different. That guitar. I like the neck on the Classic and on this much better. I think these are the 60s. I wonder if the asymmetrical is somewhere between the 50s and the 60s, because it didn't feel as thick as a 50s neck, that's for sure, but it didn't quite feel as thin as this either. This is a thinner neck. No, always isn't a long. Forever is a very long time. I actually, Guitar Man 45, I have tried the LP Light Custom, which was a thin body Les Paul Custom. It was cool. I know a woman who bought it because she always wanted a Les Paul Custom, but it was too heavy. And when it came out with the Light Custom, she wound up getting one and loved it. And it really kind of was a cool guitar. It did look like a Les Paul Custom. I was like, oh my God, you got a Les Paul Custom. But it was a thinner body, much lighter. Yeah, Steve hit it on the head with the 61 reissue. I think the body might have slightly different contours. Right. But not much difference. I think a slightly thinner neck, and then the pickguard, and then the collar, and the tuners. I think that's it. They might have different pickups. Like, are these like the classic customs, and the other ones are just classics? I don't know. I'd have to look. I'm not nearly up on Gibson as much as I am on Fender, and or even Kramer and Ibanez for that matter. All right, they also have a classic light, thinner body. I think PRS is doing some thinner stuff too. Aren't they doing like PRS, like thin line or light, special, extra thin, extra light, extra thin and light? Something like that. What are you doing over there? Somebody's scratching something. Have a good one, James. Thanks for hanging out. Understood. Just thinking about getting the Epiphone Prophecy SG, but I think I'm going to go with the Extura. Is it the... Let me take a look here. Epiphone. And we go to... Is it the original SG, or is it Maestro? No, SG Custom. No, that's not it. Hold on, well, you can see what I'm looking at. You said it was what do you say, Epiphone? No, I missed it. Where was it? Now I missed it. Hold on. I think he said it was over here. Oh, okay, Prophecy. Oh, right, the Prophecy. I think that's a custom edition. Artist and limited run? No? Do they have one just for the Prophecy? Modern Designer? Yeah, that's Prophecy, but it's not the SG one. Modern SG? There you go, Prophecy SG right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's nice. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the black. I mean, I might be a little biased. Blue looks pretty good too, though. You got your Fishman, you got your Fluence, you got your Fishman Fluence. Look at that. Oh, yeah, the red. I think I like the blue or the black. Okay, I think I kind of like the blue. Look at that. It's a beautiful looking guitar. Very different than anything else I own. Unlike this one, which feels very, very familiar. Right. Just like this one. That's the one I have. And that's the one Bobby has. He's got the black. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Prophecy. That's a good one. It's a good series. Fishman. God, I love the sound of this guitar. Have a good one, friends. Good one, Bobby. God, I love that tune. Am I out? Yeah, I'm out. Damn it. Oh, Jesus. It's 8:55. My God. I went pretty fast. Don't makes me want to pull out my old 60-run ratio. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Don't need an SG, but making me think about one. You know, it's like every collection needs a Stratocaster, a Les Paul, an SG, and a countless other guitars. Like, it never ends. But, you know, this, the guitar is a goddamn tone monster. Everybody knows Blackie Flawless, but this is Blackie Flawless too. Son of Blackie Flawless. And I'm going to tell you right now, the SG is the best bargain in the lineup right now. All right? If you went and you looked at their guitars and you looked at, like, do I get, like, binding on the neck? Do I get a trapezoid inlay? Right? Am I getting, like, right, like all the accoutrements that you get with the standard, the SG standard? I think you got to get to, I want to say $17.99 for the satin finish in the LP Classic, and I want to say $19.99 for the gloss finish in the LP Classic. So, like, you're not going to get that in the LP for more money, like you know, $300 to $500 more. I'm telling you right now, the SG is the best bargain in the lineup right now. At $14.99, it can't be beat. Have a drink on me. Oh, I don't. Really? Like I can hear it, but I can't hear it, you know. Yeah, it's something like that. It's like I can hear it, but I can't hear it. You know, it's like it always starts out with that, you know. Nice generic chords, no song here. All right. Well, we are at the 9 o'clock hour. And, you know, I probably have to wrap this up. Because my family wants to get out of lockdown on the second floor. Although I heard them walking around here earlier, so apparently it meant nothing. But, dudes, thanks so much for hanging out. Super thanks to anyone who contributed, and of course, extra super shout out to my mods. I think Ben Coombs has a live show tomorrow night. On Sunday nights, you can catch him up in the Great White North. And there you go. Maybe I'll get a video out this week. It's on my to-do list. And at the very least, I will see you 1 week from now. There you go. And I'm just saying, I mean, no dare, but, I mean, if at least one of you don't come back next week and tell me you bought an SG, I'm going to be a little disappointed. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. All right, dudes. No pressure, though. No, you rock. And I will see you guys in a week. No, you rock. All right. I will hover the mouse over the end stream button now. And we're going to, I know, who needs food, damn it? You're fine. You're fine. All right, dudes. I'll see you in a week. Until then, rock on, and there you go. All right. Now I'm really out. For real. Right now. Almost. Not quite yet. Because I still have to press this other button.